I'm Chief Meteorologist Leslie Hudson. Our time now is 2 o'clock straight up. We got a live update here on tropical depression number 4 that is soon going to be Tropical Storm Danny. It looks like that's going to try and make landfall here in the next several hours. So we're going to get you an update here, and then a meteorologist, Jamie Martin, will be heading off our coverage after this update. So let's take a look at the radar. I've got it up, and of course you can see the tropical storm warnings that are up for this area. A lot of the precip and some of these heavier storms have been to the south of the center of this system, which is about 140 miles south of Charleston, South Carolina, to the southeast of Charleston, South Carolina. But look at all that heavy rain there in Savannah, Georgia. So we'll just take a quick peek over here. Some of those heavier storms are definitely putting down some tropical downpours, and there's also some winds packed in here around 20 miles an hour currently at last check. So we'll take a look at that as well. As we scoot up the coast here, you can see again Charleston getting not too bad, just a little bit of activity. And then we've got some showers up to the north of that. But most of this precip is still off the shores here of South Carolina and into southern Georgia. But most of the more intense storms, if you will, the intense tropical downpours have been in Georgia. So here's a look at that. We'll put the loop in motion. You can see a fair amount of rain that's been moving through the coastal area of Georgia over these last couple of hours. And again, the current thinking is that this will try and form into a tropical storm Danny before it makes landfall in these next couple of hours. And so that will be the interesting setup here as well. To see how that all plays out. But a lot of folks probably were caught off guard this morning when they woke up and heard that there was a tropical system off their coast. And again, there isn't a ton of time to get this thing organized. So we're not too terribly concerned in terms of strengthening, but a lot of folks may or may not be aware of what's going on. So that's why I wanted to get you an update here. There's a look at the tropical storm warnings. So again, it's just this very small section of South Carolina, and then of course we also have marine warnings down across parts of Georgia. There is expected to be a little bit of a surge with this, probably in the neighborhood of 1 to 3 feet. Take a look at the visible imagery. This is the GOES 16 high resolution. Every 5 minutes we get imagery on this particular loop, so it's very high resolution. And actually I'll stop it here and we'll take a look at what's going on with this system. So again, it's got a nice low, at least a closed off low here. And again, probably, give or take 100 miles or so just to the south of Charleston, South Carolina. I was trying to find my, let me see if I can find my distance locator here for you real quick. And we'll try and do a rudimentary little guesstimation here of how far it is, but nope, that's not one of, wait, let's try one more thing here. There it goes. So here is roughly how far it is from the coast. You can see, on this particular vantage point, again, this is very rudimentary, but, the center circulation, 60 miles or so, give or take. So, based on this estimation. But again, look at those bigger thunderstorms that are firing to the south of the center. So you can see that this is not terribly well organized. And now that it's interacting with land, it'll even get less, looking impressive on this imagery because it's going to be interacting with land. But you can certainly see that the winds in this neighborhood are 15 to 20 miles an hour. Not bad, in that range. So we're going to keep it in that neighborhood. 17 mile per hour wind in Myrtle Beach right now. 15 in Charleston, we've got 17 in Hilton Head, and just a 3 mile per hour wind in Brunswick, Georgia. So again, not a lot of wind yet either, not anticipating anything more than, maybe 35, 40 on the top end as this makes landfall here in the next couple of hours. But even on the infrared here, you can see it looked more impressive this morning when it was further offshore. Now that it's interacting and so close to South Carolina, the structure of the system is not going to stay intact very well. So the 2 p.m. update still keeps it as a tropical depression, sustained winds 35 miles an hour, moving west-northwest at 16. The pressure is about 10-13. And so we're in about 85 miles southeast of Beaufort, South Carolina. So my little estimation there wasn't too bad, in the neighborhood of 60 is what I had it at. But the National Hurricane Center brings this to tropical storm strength tonight with winds at 40, sustained 40 mile per hour winds, and then Tuesday 25, and then down to around 15 mile per hour winds tomorrow night. So not expected to stay tropical for very long, and we'll likely lose tropical characteristics here pretty quickly once this thing moves inland. But there's the official path moving through South Carolina, southern South Carolina, over into northern Georgia, then up into Tennessee, where it could be a decent rainmaker as well as we head into these next couple of days. So that's what we're looking at. And then the surge, again, 1 to 3 feet, that's already come up. So we're already starting to see the surge in this area. Expecting that, again, this is not a life-threatening surge, but certainly is something that, folks that are not familiar with this kind of stuff definitely need to be aware of, because there is that potential for that surge. And again, that can knock you off your feet if you're trying to go down to the beach and get a picture of this. This is not what officials would want you to do. And certainly your car can be lofted on 1 foot of water. So, you don't want to head down to the beach and try and get a video of this. A lot of people are at Hilton Head. This is a very populous area. So is Charleston. So is Myrtle Beach, but it's going to stay south of Myrtle Beach. But a lot of folks probably trying to, get some video of this or get a picture. That's certainly not what we would recommend, even with a tropical depression or a tropical storm, because the squalls can be fast and they can really put down some heavy rain in a short period of time as well. So here's a look at the high resolution, the Euro Futurecast, and that blue path you see there is the official path from the National Hurricane Center. So again, a lot of the precip on this model guidance staying to the south of the official path, and then you can kind of see the rotation there as you get into tomorrow. You see that broad low pressure that moves just to the north of the Atlanta area, and then quickly dissipates after that. So probably not going to be dealing with this much more than tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of Wednesday, we'll see. But look at the QPF here. This is the next 72 hours, and really there's just a small little target there of 3 to 5 inches in Georgia, which is expected to get most of the rain. That rain that you see over there in the Midwestern states is completely separate. They are under flood watches there. They've had, persisting rains this weekend, and cumulatively they're expecting another 3 to 5 inches in that area of the country as well. So let me switch this back over to the live radar here, and we'll just take a look real quick. Again, there hasn't been any, severe thunderstorm warnings. I have those toggled on, and there's no current warnings in that area other than the tropical storm warning, of course. But in terms of severe thunderstorms or even flood warnings, we don't have any of that stuff yet. Might see some flood warnings issued, or at least a flood watch issued in this area, because we're anticipating a fair amount of rain as we head through the next couple of hours, and especially into tomorrow. So, as we head through the day today, you guys can make sure that you're checking back in with the app. As I mentioned, meteorologist Jamie Martin will be in. He's here now. He'll be doing our live coverage this afternoon, and he also will be carrying us through this week. I'm actually headed out on vacation today, so leaving you in the good hands of Jamie, who has lots of tropical experience. So he'll be here to help you guys out through the duration. But again, a landfall expected here in just the next couple of hours. So, a quick spin up here of this system, and it's going to be making landfall in just a couple of hours. And again, about 85 miles south of South Carolina. So at this current trajectory at 16 miles an hour, it's not going to take it long to make it to land. So sometime tonight, sometime after the dinner hour, we're anticipating landfall, if not less than that, and we'll see how that all plays out, and then should dissipate relatively quickly after that. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for me for now. I appreciate you guys stopping in for this quick update. Again, Jamie will be here throughout the afternoon and tonight, providing updates for you as well, and we'll of course have updates for you in the app as needed, and we'll get you guys through these next couple of hours. If you're in this area, stay safe. Hopefully this won't be too big of a issue for you guys. Certainly going to have to watch out for that rain and some of those heavier squalls that will be moving through, these winds near 30 to 35 miles an hour in these next couple of hours. All right, you guys, stay safe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you here next week.